Shay, that took a lot of energy for those youngsters to hold that long. That was great.
First, if you are on Zoom, we have two requests to help our Zoom service run smoothly. First, please ensure your name, face, or both appears on the screen. Second, please keep yourself on mute. Just for your thank you. If you are new here, the bathrooms are right out the door to the room. I would like to welcome each other in the
We need more volume.
We now have the welfare youth here to give us our belief statement.
Say community church. It's a community of the way. The way is Maat, truth, justice, and righteousness. We believe in the teachings of our elders and our ancestors, that the Creator God created the universe and all life, and has placed in each of us a part of the divine spirit. God living in us and through us has given us the right and the power to establish truth. Right. The way is not merely visual or belief. Our way is a way of life.
Our way is not a random path. Our way begins with coherent understanding. It is a way that aims at preserving knowledge of who we are.
It is with this conviction that we study the rich heritage of our African history. The way is reciprocity. The way is wholeness.
The way is unity and self-determination. There's creativity, collective work, and responsibility.
The way is life. The way destroys only destruction.
Brother Rasul with our libation.
I submit to the supreme being who is ever becoming. In Yame, Ashe. Amen. Ashe.
Shay, come and be with us.
Peace.
Ita.
Ita M for our divinity. Ita M for unity to Osir and our unity. Ita M for wisdom, for the words of God, for the Hosea Ashe. Ita M spirit. One all cat, Ita M Keper all. Thank you for destiny. Thank you for transformation. Thank you for power. Ashe.
Shay, come and be with us.
Ita M for Ma'at, Muhammad Ab, and open Maat, thank you, Maat, for a stable heart. Ashe.
Ashe, come and be with us.
Thank you, Maat, for knowledge, truth, justice, and righteousness, reciprocity, and love. Ashe.
Ashe,
Item, Harukahuti, Item for the spirit in our chest to cut a path, to establish the great houses of justice, so we may adjudicate between each other and protect Ma'at, Item Harukahuti, Item Ogun, Ashe. Item for divinity, for being able to command, being able to speak with our own mouths, being able to decide, being able to express self-determination, and the principles of the inclusive Saba and the laws of God, laws of Ma'at, and declaring our own innocence,
every time.
being able to
Yes,
begin again and accept our divinity. Item Heru,
Ashe,
that was damaged to be restored by Timbuti. Ashe.
Ashe, come and be with us.
Item for Kuumba, Item for creativity, Item for harmony, joy, inner peace, Item for our youthfulness, Item for us being able to visualize solutions and being able to create. Ashe.
Ashe,
For affirming words to open the way, to speak truth, to use our reasoning, and to stand on the facts as we work with our elders, as we work with our lessons, and respect the proverbial wisdom and the wise sayings of our ancestors. Ashe.
Ashe, come and be with us.
For offset, E to M for the home and the heart, E to M for our mothers and our fathers, providing homes of stability and learning. E to M offset, Kenemet, E to M Gemoya, E to M for the spirit of the mother's nurturing, and for us being able to remember and remember and remember. E to M for our physical being, E to M for our gab, E to M, and the great principle and that we stand on and will say, which is Onk Uja Senev, for life, prosperity, and health. E to M for the wise folk.
Ashe, come and be with us.
Call their names.
Dear Mrs. Leroy and Hazel Conley. Ashe, Ashe, come and be with us. Mr. and Mrs. Eugene and Lily Mae Young Senior. Ashe, Ashe, come and be with us. Brother Roland Young. Ashe, come and be with us. Brother Leroy Conley. Ashe, come and be with us. Sister Wilma Young Kills. Ashe, come and be with us. Ashe, come and be with us.
Mozella and Alonzo Jones.
Ashe, Ashe, come and be with us. Ashe, come and be with us.
Mariah and Jimmy Sharp, come and be with us.
Ashe, Ashe, come and be with us. Sister Ngina Lockett. Ashe, come and be with us. Ashe, come and be with us. Minister Lavelle Williams. Ashe, come and be with us.
Asar Anta, Dr. Anta Jo, come and be with us.
Ashe, come and be with us. Mr. and Mrs. Wilford and Virginia Harvey. Ashe, Ashe, come and be with us.
Mama
Mr.
Nina Simone,
Dixon.
come and be with us.
Ashe, Ashe, come and be with us. Mrs. Joyce Pope Williams. Ashe, come and be with us.
John Henry Patton.
Ashe, come and be with us.
Mama Sandra Bland, come and be with us.
Ashe,
Ashe, and as we gather those wise folks with our mind's eye and in our hearts of good character. With the final ashes, let's call them out. To my parents, Carl and Nate Jones, my late wife.
Ashe,
Call out those ancestors. Ashe,
Ashe,
Kwame Nkrumah.
Ashe,
Ashe,
Ashe.
Ashe. Come and be with us.
So it is.
Thank you. Sante Sana. Dua Amin Ra.
I just have a few announcements. The first one is next Sunday, we will be joining Wose Oakland in Oakland for a joint Wose service. So we need to know who would like to caravan down with us. If you'd like to come and join us. I promise I won't drive too fast.
Are you sure?
You don't need that.
I don't want to get that reputation. But anyway, we're joining Wose in Oakland, and we're looking forward to that. This Wednesday, we're having new members training class at the usual Black Knowledge Matters time, Wednesday, 5 to 6:30. It's not just for people that have just joined, but it's open for everyone. So if you'd like to join us on Zoom, if you don't know how to join us, you can go to our websites, either wosesac.org or wosecommunity.org, and click Black Knowledge Matters, and you can join us that way on via Zoom. What's my other announcement? I had three. But go ahead. Angela.
Morning, Wilson.
Good morning.
The Melanin Day School Academy is reaching out to the elders for a living history project. We studied about Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune over this last week and about her legacy. And we are reaching out to the elders to ask if there are any elders who would like to have their voices recorded, leaving pearls of wisdom about education, the importance of education for our youth. If you are interested in participating in this project, please contact me directly. We will be recording, making appointments as they are convenient for you, elders. But please reach out to me if you're interested in participating in this project. Thank you so much.
Do they have to be in person? Or are you doing some of these online? So if our people in Oakland want to participate, can they?
We can do them online. That would be logistics that we would have to talk about in order to do that. But yes, we can record for elders who are throughout the diaspora, not just in Oakland. If there are elders who would like to participate in other locations, we can make that happen. MDSA is currently running from, where are we right now? We're here in California, we're in Maryland, we are in Virginia, we are getting ready to be in Ohio. So we are all over the United States right now. And with the help of technology, we can record the voices of the elders wherever they may be. Thank you so much, Jose.
Thank you.
I'd like to also mention the bike-a-thon, and those of you that are in Oakland, you can tell me the date. I know it's coming up soon. Bike-a-thon for Ileoma Day. Anyone? You can check on the website, but it's coming up soon. Bike-a-thon, it's a fundraiser. I think they're trying to raise 80,000 for the school. So, Lodge Daily and I forget the other brother, from the Soledad Prison Poets. They wrote a poem called America the Pimp. Got everybody on the whole show, even you. And one of the lines in the poem is, "Romance without finance is nonsense." And by the same token, liberation, educating our children without finance is nonsense.
Right.
So put your money where it should be. All right? Give thanks.
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, we need to talk about the children's field trip. And donating for that today.
All right. Thank you, Ed, for
Yeah, thank you. Greetings, Jose.
Greetings.
So this spring break, April 15th through 17th, the youth of Wose, the Wose Watoto that you see here, we are going to be going to Grass Valley camping on a 2-acre land, and we are going to be, the theme is getting into nature. And we are going to be there for two days, and we are going to be teaching them and really getting into nature. And so today, if you will donate, when you get ready to put in your donation, please remember the children. You can put in the memo line that it's for the youth, and then that will help us get to our destination. And they're going to have those 2 days during their spring break in April. So thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody, for your announcement. I will what's that up and hear song and tone by Yanni and family.
Did we do the announcement? I mean, the affirmation to the
Young brother needs to be encouraged to speak up.
That was my bad, sorry.
Now we'll have our affirmations by Lolo and Toby.
People know God's truth to be free and self-determined.
Creator, help us to remember the humanity, glory, and suffering of our ancestors, and to honor the struggles of our elders. Let us be loving, sharing, and creative. Let us work, study, and listen so that we can learn, teach, and cultivate self-reliance.
Grant us power, O Holy One, as we struggle to resurrect our hearts and our homeland.
We will raise our children according to the needs of our nation, with discipline, patience,
Devotion and courage.
We are an African people.
We are the children of God.
Affirmations, Lolo and Toby. I will go to Wose Oakland and just honored by an apostle by Yanni and family.
Okay, we didn't hear that. Was that time for Oakland?
Yes, yes.
Good morning, Jose. Morning. It's Youth Sunday, and I'm proud to say that this is our first Youth Sunday here in Oakland in a long, long time, and the building is filled with youth. I mean, not filled with youth, but there are more youth in the building than there are elders. Okay, but what should be readily obvious is that I'm not a youth. Well, I'm here to introduce, to make the first introductions. Brother Jeremiah, Mama Latrice and Father David's son, was going to come to introduce our presenters today. And on Thursday, he had emergency surgery. And on Friday, he had complications to the surgery. But I'm glad to say, last time I checked, I talked to him yesterday, he's doing well. He's at home recovering, so he's doing well. And I don't know if he was on the prayer list or not, but my prayers go out to him also. But since he's not here, I'm here to introduce our youth today. I've been a member of OSA for over 30 years. When I first walked into Wosay on Galindo Street, I met Mama Ngina, right? I met Mama Ngina the very first time I walked into Wosay. We were good friends ever since we were friends. I knew Mama Ngina's grandson, DeMarco, but I never met, and I knew DeMarco had children, but I never met DeMarco's daughter until Mama Ngina's homecoming. And the Saturday after Mama Ngina's homecoming, Sister Yanni, Mama Ngina's granddaughter, great-granddaughter, I'm sorry, stepped up, came forward, and joined Wosay. Yes, let's hear it. She's a very impressive young lady. This is her very first, as a member of Wosay, her very first youth service, and she said she wanted to participate. So I'm calling up Sister Yanni to come and introduce you.
Good morning,
Grand Rising.
I've always said, like I said before, Granny was always saying, Johnny, you gotta go to church. Ready, but I'm ready now. And her energy is through me.
Yes.
Before I introduce my siblings, I want to go ahead and talk about myself. I'm 19 years old. I'll be 20 this year in September. So I'm in this weird stage of life where I'm okay, I'm not a kid anymore, I'm an adult. I have to do all these big woman things. It's a lot. And with grief and everything, I'm learning how to process that. And I'm learning so much about emotional intelligence. So I want to share that with you guys today as well.
Okay, that's all right.
Is my screen showing? It is. Okay, so grief and emotional intelligence and Black history. Because it's different from other cultures. I feel like we have our own set of morals and faith we live through.
Say that.
And we understand each other better than anybody else can.
Yes.
So I want to pay attention to in Black history. Thank you. So defining grief, if you don't know, you don't know. Grief is the distress, the feelings you feel after losing somebody, losing yourself, or really losing anything. That could be an animal, that could be a family member, that could be you missing your past self and you feeling like you lost that version of yourself.
Yes.
I go through that. I feel like when I was a kid, I missed that. I feel like I was more innocent, more sweet. You know, I didn't know all the things of the world. And sometimes I miss that person, you know, I feel lost, but I remember that I'm all the versions of myself. And I'm gonna forever be me.
Yes.
So I can miss me and still be here, you know? Yes. And grief is hard. I'm a month and a half, and I've been through it kind of my whole life. My father passed, my sister passed, so it's nothing new to me, but every time it's like, wow, again, you know, it's a new feeling every time, and you never know how it's gonna feel. But sharing my screen again. Okay, guys. I want to say there are many forms of grief. There's complicated grief, there's common grief, and each form is unique. And grief comes in different stages. There's the stage of denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And again, you can feel all these just in one, or you can feel just one forever. You can grieve for months, for years, for a week, or even for a small second. And you can grieve somebody you never knew as well. Talking about Black history, like George Floyd. We didn't know him personally, but the Black community felt that heavily because going back to slavery in the past, all we had was each other. We were family, even if we weren't blood related. And losing that person, it hit your heart, it touched his heart, knowing what the community already goes through. So losing people in the Black Lives Matter protests and things like that, we're gonna feel it even if we weren't connected to that person in general. Moving on to emotional intelligence. I personally feel like that's something that many people don't have. I feel like emotional intelligence is not common because it's not understood. In the Black community, it can be toxic. It can be seen as weak or sensitive, especially when it comes to our Black men, our kings.
Yes.
You have to remember that everybody has feelings no matter what. They don't show them or anything. You never know what's going on in somebody's head. And especially with the youth, we're not really taught to speak up all the time. Like I said, it's seen as weak or scared, you know? And I want to beat that stereotype because it didn't do a lot of good for me because as a young adult, I'm still learning how to navigate through my own emotions. And that should be something you learn at a young age. And especially when it comes to dealing with older folks, I understand that many of you guys did not have that support. So you're not used to it. It can be awkward or uncomfortable, or you don't know how to deal with it. And I want to come up here and share some ways to do that. And with the youth, I have my sister Rayleigh, Yemani, August Henderson, and Zuri J. Zori Henderson. I talked to them about self-expression and what to do when you're sad. I like to sing, I do dance, I do poems. And my sister, when I'm done, is going to share a dance. And my brother is going to share some art that he does. I always tell them to find things that make you happier, even if it's a small thing, even if it's getting in the morning, waking up and go step in the grass for 5 minutes, even if it's something so small as looking in the mirror and playing with your hair, saying a quick prayer. Anything can change your day if you really try and look forward to it. And I always encourage them to do that and to know that I'm there for them because when I was younger, I often felt alone. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't told, hey, maybe go do some art if you're sad. I was kind of told, go figure it out, sit down, come back when you're ready. You know, that's not good emotional intelligence. That leaves someone stuck and sprung, someone feeling confused and shut out. And as a kid, I was told, God is there and he'll listen to you. And I was like, well, he's not really here right now. So like, who am I talking to? And that's something my siblings are always wondering. If God's not here physical, then how can I talk to him? And I always tell them through your art, through your writing, God made you this way. He made you the artist you are. You know, he made you a dance. He gave you your emotions and everything else. So use what he gave you and turn it into something positive that he will want you to. And I'm just so thankful that I've been able to build them up to the young people they are and build myself up as well. And I'm still doing that even being here. I'm shy. I don't really like talking in front of people, but here I am, you know? And God gave me this beautiful voice. My girl taught her to do so, so why not use it and share the knowledge that I have? So moving on, I would like to invite Sir to he is 10 years old. He is an amazing artist. I didn't even know he could draw. Seriously, one day he came and he was like, Yami, I have some art for you on your wall because I love decorating the wall. And he came up with some art and I was like, okay, so you've been hiding this talent for how long? So come on, Zuri, let's take this art.
Bring the mic with you.
All right. Or you can take the lips.
Just take it out.
He needs his hands. So she needs it.
Okay, my name is Zuri. I've done some art for you guys. And the first one I'm gonna show is Rosa Parks.
Hey.
We can see him.
I do this because it made, the first thing I thought of was Black history and still develops. I refused to give up her seat on the bus. This started the Maat longer bus boycott. Because of this, a new law passed so that Black people could sit anywhere on the bus.
Put it back in the state. Thanks.
Go higher. Yeah. Go higher.
The second one is the animating of a human inside of the 19th animal.
Say it again, say it again, say it again. What is it?
Animating Picasso inside of the night from an episode that I was watching. That I gave to my sister to put on her wall.
I say, love.
I gave this, and I do this to show people because of the moon in Black girls, the first girl to ever step on the moon. And this is the last one. I'll do another anime poster.
Thank you, Zuri.
Thank you guys. Like I said, he's amazing, and I didn't know he had this talent until he showed me. So I'm gonna show you guys. Thank you. Next coming up, my younger sister, Ravi Yemani August Henderson. She's shy just like me, so give her some grace. She's gonna be performing a dance. It's called Boots on the Ground. We spent all weekend learning the dance for you guys.
All right, that's
It's an
it.
easy dance, so if you want to get up and learn it, you guys can do it with us. Ravi, you want to come to the stage and introduce yourself?
I say. All right.
We have our handy dandy song. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna put you over here. Till I get your bit. I'm sure that I can.
You can take the sweatshirt off if you want.
And I'm gonna do it with it, guys.
Yeah, right.
Do you need ways to express your grief?
Yes.
You guys so much.
I
Yeah.
So wrapping back around to what I said in the beginning, thank you guys for your smiles. I'm so happy because I was so nervous and seeing them share their art and their dance and just their stories. I'm thankful because it doesn't happen often. You know, we don't have the opportunity to do this. And when Baba
This is our first time trying to.
okay, let's do this. They've never done anything like this before, by the way. This is their first time.
And so we're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just wanna introduce the emotional intelligence of really having hobbies that makes you what makes you happy. Small or big, big or small, even if it's you're talking to yourself in your head, anything to give you that love and support that you need. I'm thankful for my siblings because at first I was like, guys, maybe we might not do this week. But they're like, no, we already got started, let's finish it. So I got myself out of bed and I made it happen and I'm so thankful for you guys and I'll always be appreciative. Thank you so much.
Just finished. Just finished.
And that's them shy. Look. Okay, so let's see, Sister Yanni, Sister Rayleigh, and Brother Zuri.
Yeah.
My understanding is that we're gonna go back to Sacramento and then we're gonna have our second presentation later. Is that right, Sacramento?
Sacramento and then coming back to them later. Yes.
Okay, so we'll come back for our second presentation.
Right. Yeah.
Give us a moment. We're having some technical difficulties. We're still here. Just give us a minute.
No problem. We'll be here.
Ashe Mama.
Let me explain what was going on. We were down to 18%. And so before it went totally dead, that's what we're trying to do.
Thank you, Yanni, for that song and sewing. I will have a historical tribute by Lalana and following our tribute. What's that? What's that?
Coretta Scott King, the worldwide civil rights activist, the musician, founder of the Coalition of Consciousness, the spark and ignition for many justice and peace organizations, the keeper of nonviolence, was a recurring part of my life growing up, even though I didn't realize it. Scanning the shelves of my library and constantly seeing her name, even going home and seeing that symbol around on our books.
That's right, gamers. Today, we're all about the Coretta Scott King Award.
Miss Glendon Flint Greer, Miss Mabel McKissick, Mr. John Carroll, and many others came together to create this award, for no minority had received a Newbery or Caldecott by 1969, when the award was coming into creation. The CSK is a Young Adult to Children's category award. It aims to illuminate Black authors and the incredible stories that reflect the Black experience. The seal for the award was created by Lev Mills in 1974. Quote, "The basic circle represents continuity in movement, revolving from one idea to another. Within the circle is the image of a Black child reading a book. The 5 main religious symbols below the image of the child represent non-sectarianism. The superimposed pyramid symbolizes both strength and Atlanta University, where the award was headquartered at the time the seal was designed. At the apex of the pyramid is the dove, symbolic of peace, one of Dr. King's doctrines. The rays shine toward peace and brotherhood. The CSK seals have recently been revised. The new bronze and black seal denotes a Coretta Scott King Award winner, and the new pewter and black seal denotes an honor book. The former bronze seal for winners and pewter seals for honors can still be used, end quote. The first winner was in 1970, Martin Luther King Jr., A Man of Peace by Lily Patterson. Here are some award-winning books that I have read. Look Both Ways. A Tale in 10 Blocks. Very entertaining to see where the characters show up around the book. Gaither Sisters series. Just a classic series. Brave Like You. Should be a classic, very underrated. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. We read it for school, and I recently acquired the sequel. Piecing Me Together. We love a good drama paired with masterful writing. Mufaro's Beautiful Daughters. Shout out to my sister, named after one of the characters in this one. There are other award winners that I plan to read, like Long Way Down, because we love Ryan Reynolds. Brown Girl Dreaming, because I see it everywhere. Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky, because it's a Rick Riordan Presents, and I will not pass up another chance to read Anansi. Storm in the Night. I just really like the title. Ninth Ward. I'm gonna give this book a second chance. I tried to read it before, didn't really like it, but we'll see. The Stuff of Stars. With cover art like that, who needs anything? And there are a myriad of books that may not exactly fit the requirements, though I personally would have nominated because come on! Here is my winners list. My Life as an Ice Cream Sandwich. Really just a fun, lovable, hug the world kind of book. Lilu's book, Fairy Godmother Academy No. 4. Black Book Fair for the win, a positively magical story about growing apart and finding yourself, and the visuals don't even get me started. A Girl Named Disaster. About a girl escaping child marriages, adventure and discovery through and through. A Story, a Story. I don't have to explain this one. It should be on the list. Sugar. A girl living on a plantation, technically after slavery, and bringing community to the new Chinese workers and her own people. Small Steps. After the events from Holes, Armpit goes back to his life in Texas, but trouble all but surrounds him, and he learns to take small steps instead of big swings. The Deep. A take on what happened to the pregnant mothers thrown off of slave ships and what happened to their babies. It doesn't take a genius. Just an epic camp experience with friendships and finding your independent identity. Scarlet Ibis. A girl taking care of her whole household, her mother and her autistic brother, and battling social services trying to tear everyone apart. Dancing in the Wings. An absolute classic about finding your own way, embracing your differences, and loving yourself. We all know knowledge is power, and while yes, most of the books I presented were fictional, they all had real knowledge embedded in them. Whether it be the knowledge of words, subtext, metaphors, parallels to reality, history, or world and societal issues. The CSK Award makes sure there is a space where Black writer stories are shared and valued, rather than pushed aside, where our power can thrive through our knowledge.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Asheo. Sacramento, you're muted.
No, you're good.
You're not saying
Can't hear him.
So sound. One second, I'm sorry. There's no sound? We can hear you. Are you switching it to music now?
Can you hear it now?
Try it again. Once more with feeling.
Okay, try it. We'll try it again too. Okay, ready? That was just practice, y'all. That was just practice. Okay. I can.
Did she just do a somersault?
No, she did backflip.
That's right, you hit the correct.
Thank you, Love for allowing me to be your host for this segment. Now we'll go back to Oakland for cultural presentation from Mason, and following Mason will be the Litany of Sacrifice by Saba and Donovan.
Start over.
Oh, hello, family. I was gonna do a back somersault flip.
Yes.
Sacramento, I'll just leave it at that.
There you go. That was so spontaneous. That was beautiful. Yeah.
I'm here, to introduce my beautiful daughter, Mason. Mason is a senior at UC Santa Cruz, and she is an art major. She does art and graphic design. And Mason says she wanted to share today about how she experiences her, I call it spirituality. Mason, you know, we have different paths, but Mason said that it's how she experiences her true self. And I said, Mason, that's what spirituality is. So she experienced it through her reading and through her art. So she's going to share a little bit of her art with you today. So thank you so much.
Welcome.
She's gonna share her spirituality through art, her daughter.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My throat doesn't feel the best, so that's why I put this mask on. And if you can't hear me, just tell me. Are you gonna pull up the presentation? There it is. Oh, okay, there we go. So hi, everybody. My name is Mason Hughes. I've been coming to Jose for maybe every couple months now. My mom came here and she really found a home, and she really encouraged me to come, and I've been really thankful for the community I've built here. I'm not here all the time, but me and my mom are always talking about the people here and what we're learning here, and some of this art reflects my experiences here, and I've just been really grateful that I'm here able to present. So
I say.
so next
Art reflects her experiences
Okay.
here. So
I guess anyways, this is my first piece. This is a self-portrait, and I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and he went through some really hard times and he cut himself a lot, but he went through a lot of healing, a lot of therapy, and he had like some scar cream, and he was able to get rid of a lot of the scars, but he kept some of them to remind him of where he was and where he is now, to remind himself that he's been through dark places. And thinking about that, I didn't want to make a self-portrait of my face. I wanted to think about the history that my hands carry, just like my friend Oliver. And so there's a lot of symbolism in here. So I used to play violin, and the little bunny and the little marks on my fingers represented some of the calluses and the little things that my teacher would say that I remember. I started playing violin when I was 4, so that history goes back far for me. I've also had nerve issues in my right hand, and I was bitten by a dog over the summer. But none of the, and also I have some scars and scratches from my cat. My cat's kind of mean, but I love her. So even though a lot of these things are scars, these are all important things that have happened to me, and drawing these things really helped me process and be proud of this history that I have, this history that I literally hold in my skin. Okay, next one, please. This one is of an elephant. I was really grateful to be able to go to South Africa with my mom. That was the first time
an elephant.
that I was out of the country. I've been to Niagara Falls, but that doesn't really count. I don't think that counts at all. So this was my first time traveling, and I got to feed an elephant.
And it was really amazing. The elephant was in a sanctuary, and it was a sanctuary where these elephants that were found in the wild near death. And so the people were making sure that they had a place to live, that they survived, and that they were happy. And even though they're happy and alive, they're still in captivity. It's always tricky with wild animals because animals and people, we shouldn't be in captivity. But I wanted to show how their life is beautiful and how they're so amazing, but they're still encapsulated within the greenery, and the greenery is all inspired by all the greenery that's all there. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are like, wow, it's so transformative when you meet an elephant or see them in real life. It really is awesome. That's why there's the grass above the grass below. I really loved it. It was amazing.
They shouldn't be in cages and neither should we.
Next slide, please. All right, this next one, I'm calling this Dreaming of Africa. So me and my mom are going through a transition right now where we're thinking about leaving the country and like permanently. And we've been talking about all our hopes and dreams and what we really want for our lives in the future, what we don't have now and what we want for the people that we love. And we're thinking of moving to Ghana. And this is just a piece that I was using to process everything because it's hard thinking about.
Somebody is thinking about leaving the country, moving to Ghana. This is an expression of that beauty.
And so I took inspiration from what I knew from my trips to South Africa. The flowers in the background are proteas. They're the national flower. They represent strength and resilience. And quilts are also very important in African American history. And so you see there's a girl and her little cat because gotta be cozy, you know. And she's wrapped up in a quilt that has like traditional quilt patterns, but then also some traditional mud cloth patterns, and there's some kofa and all that in there. Yeah. Next one, please. This next one is really important to me. One of the people that's in the piece is actually sitting in the audience, Abigail. Meeting my boyfriend and meeting his family, I've never seen such a group of siblings that have so much love for each other. And that's really inspired me, and I really wanted to encapsulate a moment that they had together. They're from Eritrea, so I incorporated their traditional clothing patterns from their Sigrinya, and that's in the background. And I also wanted to incorporate a more modern social justice style. That was done with woodblock printing a lot, and all that encapsulated together to represent them, their love. It's timeless. It's from the past. It's in the future. It's all of that. So, yeah. Okay, so this last one is inspired by all of you. It's a scarab pushing the sun over the earth. This I specifically made because from my times here at Mosaic and talking to the minister, and I'm still figuring out what my spirituality is and how that goes. And I feel like a lot of people here they know what's going on with their spirituality. But for me, I'm still figuring it out. I'm still taking everything in, but I'm taking everything in with a lot of gratitude. And so I made this piece, and I hope I can donate it. Unfortunately, I was not able to bring it today. But I'm gonna bring it in a frame next time. And yeah, I spent a lot of time on this, and I really loved every step of the process, and I love everybody that I've met here. So I'm so grateful for all of you. And I think I have one more. This is my last one. This one, I think, was one of the most impactful ones and one of the first pieces that I made that was truly a step of healing for me. I made this piece after George Floyd passed, and it was during the pandemic. I was trapped at home, and I just had a lot of confusion and anger and sadness, and I got an iPad, and I started drawing on my iPad, and I made this piece, and just trying to think about the future and an image that could try to bring people together really helped me process all my emotions, at least at the time, about George Floyd, and it's still a piece that has a lot of meaning for me. It's inspired by a Marcus Garvey quote: "A people without the knowledge of the past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." And I felt like a tree without roots for a little while until I made this. And if you look at the bottom near where your veins would be, there's a heart. Those veins are very important and vital. And if you look closely, there's also an Africa in there. I don't know if you see it. I can point it out later, but so a lot of these pieces, they take a lot of time. This was made digitally, but the other pieces were carved into copper, and the other pieces were carved into wood, and I made them into prints. So I take a lot of time to think about the images and the different messages I want to put into it. So they're all very deliberate. They may look a little bit simple in design, but I really put a lot of focus into the thought, and I think that's what helps heal me the most. And so I just wanted to say thank you. And for everybody, all the young people out there who's still figuring out what their spirituality is, I'm so grateful that they have a place to look up to, and you're gonna figure everything out. You're gonna have places to support. You're gonna have people to support you, and that's basically all I wanted to say. That you can find your support through people. You can find your support through art. And yeah, thank you.
Wow.
I am Maat. Thank you to all of you. The youth are our future. The youth are our future. And from what I've seen today, our future is bright. Yeah. You have to love the youth, we have to support the youth, we have to encourage the youth. And we do and we will. And let me just say a quick word about the sister that introduced Mason, Mason's mother, Dr. Sakina. She and another brother Bamidele, graduated from the very last new members orientation class that we had. And so we will be welcoming her next week into full membership in Los Angeles.
I'd like to point out that the sister that just spoke, her appreciation of her talent and her appreciation of others is part of her spirituality. So she's on course.
Thank you, Mason, for the cultural presentation. And Saba and Donovan for the written. Thank you, Rose, for allowing us to be your host for this Sunday. Now it is time for the message brought to us by Minister.
Let me a second.
Save us, O Holy One, by your name.
Stand. Start again.
Save us,
Save us, O Holy One, by your name. Vindicate us by your might. Hear our prayer, divine protector. Listen to the words of our mouth. How can we repay the Holy One for the gifts that have been given to us? We will lift up the cup of salvation and come of our ancestors, our Creator, in the presence of all our people. Gently we bring our sacrifices to you. We praise your name, O Amiral, for it is good.
We shall maintain unity in the family, community, and race.
Self-determination.
We shall define, think, create, and speak for ourselves.
Collective responsibility.
We shall build,
Our brothers and sisters
Maat, cooperative economics. Together we shall build and maintain our own business, and together profit from them.
Yeah. We shall make our
Collective vocation.
and developing our community
And the restoration of our
Activity. We shall do as much as we can, in any way we can, to leave our community more beautiful, beneficial than when we inherited it.
faith. We will believe with all our hearts in our God, our people, and
And in the righteousness and victory of our struggle. Ashe.
I pray for all the people who donated and all the people who wanted to donate but couldn't. And I to thank everyone who prayed and thanks. Oh, definitely. I definitely am. To do this time, I'm gonna try to talk quickly, but not too quick. So we're here today with our youth, and we give thanks. We give thanks so much that they are here and they are learning and they are presenting in front of us.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful at their hard work on both ends, in Oakland and here in Sacramento, to work together and to learn about the English Saba and to learn about and be able to present the things that they have presented with the historical tribute and all the things that they have done today. And in seeing the things that they have presented, especially in Oakland, we see that our youth are going through a lot of things. And we are thankful that they're here today with us. So we're gonna jump into this Lucia in the book of Fibor, number 2, where it says, "The foolish child whom a father or mother has not instructed is like a statue of stone. It is a son and daughter's advantage and good fortune to receive instruction and ask for it. But no instruction can succeed if there is resentment for it. Youth who are not corrupted by base desires are not blamed, and those who control their sexual appetite, their name does not stand forth an unpleasant odor. Those who are steadfast and thoughtful are chosen among the people, and those who listen to a correction protect themselves from receiving another. Surely the fault in every character lies in not listening." Now let's stop there. And I'm series maybe 18 title for the message today. But I'm gonna go with how to use the Nguzo Saba in everyday life. I want to read from 2000 season, of course.
What page?
172. We'll start there. I have this version, just in case. This is in chapter 5, the dance of love. So we made ready to go. Isanusi watched our happy preparation in silence. When he saw we were entirely ready, he asked us why. With the exception of Abena, we were so eager to depart. What were we going to the feast to celebrate when the integral way of our ancestors had been so forgotten? When the feasting had become an end in itself, a senseless orgy? Or did we not see even the form of the feast had grown stupid? The ritual feast was now to take place on the white people's ship, vessel of destruction, merely because the king had had a whim. If you knew who you were, Isanusi said, you would accept no invitations from black men who call white men friends. Such unnatural friendships are fed by bloody interests. You will live to be their victim. We respected Isanusi, but at times when he spoke, his words merely glanced off the surface of our world's opacity. We did not know then how to listen to him. Ashe. Then we're going to scoot over to 179. Where it says, inside there was an endless howling chagrin when we considered the many chances we had for avoiding this perdition. Also an unresistible feeling, first of shame so intense there was no containing it. Shame that the promise of mere entertainment had been sufficient to bring us so unresistingly, so eagerly to our own undoing. Now, between the two of these scriptures, before they left, they heard the warning of Isanusi. They went anyway. While they were there on the ship, they were taken advantage of, and that's when they were put into chains. And the last part I'm going to read is on page 236. And at this time, they were put on the chains and were in the ship. They had fought their way back, and they were trying to figure out. They were able to escape, and they had fought their way back, and they were trying to figure out what they were to do. Now, those of us who knew him remembered Isanusi again. Remembered the words he had spoken of the need to keep the present world's available arrangements at a distance, even if we found ourselves for a moment too weak to fight against these murderous arrangements. We had not understood him then. Now experience had lent us clarity, and his words came back in echo to what we have lived to know. No, we would not return to homes blasted with triumphant whiteness. We would not remain here in invalid security. We would seek the fifth grove, seek Isanusi. We would seek the necessary beginning to destruction's destruction. Ashe. When I look at these passages, I look at the fact that young people these days, sometimes we don't think that they're listening. Sometimes they don't think, we're thinking that we're yelling into the wind. We think that all of the things that we are trying to put forth is not working because they may be making decisions that we're like shaking our heads at. They may be saying things that we don't agree with. They may be doing things that we're like throwing up our hands in prayer because of what it is that we're watching. But we have to keep talking. We have to keep saying it because deep inside it gives them a foundation of where to go back to. Those children, they could return because they had already set with the truth. They sat with Isanusi. They listened to him. They did not understand the things that he was saying. They did not completely understand until they were in that situation. And then the light bulb came on. Now, prayerfully with our children, we pray that they're not going to be in a situation where it's such utter despair, being placed in chains and being trying to put on a ship and taken across the waters. But we do know that when we continue to talk to our youth, when we continue to put down the foundations, when we continue to do those things, it will come back for them. The information is in there. The input has been in place into their being so that they can access it. If it's never placed in there, they don't have anything to access. So we continue to want to speak. We continue to want to give them the right music. We continue to want to give them the right way. Show them the libations. Teach them the prayers. So that those things will come and be internal within them. So that when they do encounter those things, they have some place to pull from. And as we are teaching wholeheartedly the Induzo Saba, we talk about unity. How do we express unity as a youth in 2025 when everything around you is individualized?
Yeah.
I can have my own station where I can do my own things. I can put it out on YouTube. I can put everything out that has to do with me. It's I. This is not the arrangements of our people. Yeah. We might be able to participate, but we have to understand that it's the collective. We need to look for ways to unite with people, collaborate on projects, form relationships with like-minded people and groups. Everything should work to bring the goodness of people together. Now that's walking against what it is that they're being shown in this day and age. But we have to move forward towards unity. Then there's self-determination. Don't let people project their ignorance upon you. A lot of what we see about Black people in entertainment is false.
Yeah.
This is how other people want to see us. This is how other people want us to see ourselves. This is not us showing us.
Yeah.
Other people control the narrative on their station, so they program the masses to see us the way they want to. But that's not the truth. Know who you are as a child of the Most High. You are made in God's image. Have that knowledge of self. When you have an assignment at school, always find a Black way to do it. Include your people in every single lesson. No matter which way you can do it, try to do it that way. You determine who you are by your thoughts and actions. Don't let other people think that you can't do things because, oh, we know that you guys are just good at basketball, or we know that you guys are just good at sports. But we are very and highly intelligent as well. Mm-hmm. And we know that with our thoughts and our actions, we can be self-determined. Mm-hmm. For collective works and responsibility. We're looking together for ways to work together. Not only that, but to have greater knowledge. The more that you know, the more that you mull things over and think about things, the more that you are able to help the community. You can learn all you want to about space, about science, about mathematics, about history. And the more that you're able to delve into those things that excite you, the more that you can come with the community and be able to give back to those ones who may not know. And that has to be our mindset. Our mindset cannot be individuality, because that is not our way. Sure. The better you build yourself to be better off, the more that you build yourself, the better off the community is. Mm-hmm. You studying, you listening, you learning, you're doing that not only for you, but for you to be a greater asset to the community. Yeah. Cooperative economics. Right now, Black people are in the midst of boycotts. Lots of things are going down where we can see the power of giving or withholding our dollar. Become conscious about where you spend your money and with whom. That is very important. We make our votes with our dollars. We don't have to go out and march. We can just say, okay, this is what you want to do. All right, I'm taking my money from there and I'm putting it here. Yes. We make those votes with our money because that is the hearing of what's going around. That's the only way that they're listening. Nia, purpose. In our belief statement, it says that the way destroys only destruction. In our 2000 Seasons reading, it says on page 235, what was the meaning of the call to the way? I'll try to read it with my glasses on. Sorry, y'all. During COVID, I was watching the streams too much, trying to do things and all that. And my eyes are. What was the meaning of the call to the way? Its closer meaning was destruction's destruction. Its closest meaning, the search for past the necessary beginning. That was the call to the way of Maat, destruction's destruction. To be able to destroy destruction, we must use Maat. It is making our collective vocation, job, or work, the building and developing of our communities, and the restoration of our people to our traditional greatness. And what was our traditional greatness? Doing us. Yes. Not taking on whatever it is that they had going on, but doing us. Kuumba, creativity. Creativity is the activation of your God mode. Creation over consumption. Our way creates. We are living in a society that does not value creativity unless that person is dead. If the person who created this thing is dead, then you can have the prices that go skyrocketing. That person can be named a genius, and they can put a big label on it, and they can profit from it. If that person is still alive, that person is profiting from it. So only time when the society values creativity is when the person is already gone, so they are able to profit. Being able to create things of beauty is healing to the creator and the observer, as we saw with the young lady's artwork. It also activates parts of the brain. A picture is worth 1,000 words. That's the way our ancestors used to communicate. With pictures, with forms. And the Most High, what does he do? Give us images in our minds. Give us visions. Gives us dreams, communication. And it isn't just artwork in all its forms. Leaving your community more beautiful and beneficial could also be your creativity to build relationships. The way you're able to speak to people. That's also creativity. Creativity is also in your words. We have to remember that the Most High created everything that we are experiencing and seeing through words. Through words. Through the vibration of what is coming out of your mouth. So the way that he created us after him was being able to, through the seeing of the eyes and the hearing of the ears, our senses draw in information. And as we draw in that information, we start to form thoughts and opinions. And as we form those thoughts and opinions, we might have an emotion about it. So between our head and our heart, we balance it out through our tongue. And once we have those things aligned and we start speaking, we start vibrating things into existence.
Yeah.
Because that's how the Most High created us. That's the power that we have. When those things are aligned, we can create these things here.
Ashe.
That is part of creativity, Kuumba. Imani, faith. Our struggle is a righteous one. Humanity depends on us as the elders of the planet to awaken them to the knowledge of who we are. Victory is ours, so we can walk in confidence. Confidence that if what worked for us in following the way will work for us again. As we work to implement Maat in every place that is ours. Always seek to ingest that which is good and true. Because in the end, it is Maat that endures. A lot of the things that you will see as false, it will crumble away.
Yeah.
All those things will fall away.
Yeah.
So we have to work on putting the knowledge of the Nguzo Saba and the 10 virtues of Maat inside of ourselves. Recite the 42 declarations and assimilate Maat's 11 laws into your being. Research the ways of our ancestry because that is what works for us.
Yeah.
We fail when we use their ways. We fail when we think their thoughts. We fail when we pattern our relationships with their mindset. We fail when we educate like them.
Yeah.
We fail when we do business or use money like them. If we just think of it on a simple, mundane thing, a lot of us, we can't use their hair products. No. Let's just look at it on a mundane level.
Go ahead and teach us.
And
Go
when they
ahead.
try to use ours, their hair is falling out. They doing all kind of things. We're using their hair products. Our hair gets dry and brittle. It does not work. So we think, if I can't even use their hair products, why am I using their philosophy? Why am I using their thought process? Why am I using the way that they do anything? Because it doesn't work for us.
I should.
Even Proverbs 3:31 warns us to envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. And none means none, like none, like zero. Don't choose any of the ways of the oppressor. If the oppressor is saying this is the way to go, African people should say, okay, and then turn right the opposite way, any other way.
Thank you for
We
saying
make
that.
it.
Say that.
We succeed when we work out our outward works according to the Nguzo Saba. We succeed when we work on our inward works, our inward black selves according to Maat's 10 virtues, according to Maat, the 11 laws, which implement or reintroduce the Netaru into our being. That's when we succeed. This is Earth, so we're going to have problems and we're going to have issues. We're going to have ups and downs, joys and sadness, beauty and ugliness. That is part and parcel of this journey here. I have never met anyone in all of my 47 years of being, and y'all older than that can tell me if you've ever met anyone that has never had a problem or issue living here on Earth. No problems, no issues. Everything's looking like rainbows. There's never no cloud in the sky. Ever. Even children, as we see, have problems. They have issues. They have growing pains. There's sickness. There's devastation. There's bodies that don't work quite right. We're praying for my son's friend who just turned 18. His body is not working the way that he would like it to work. He has cancer. So if you're thinking to yourself, even, oh, you kids, you don't have no problems. We adults like to think that because our problems are so weighty, but they have problems as well. And we understand those problems, we see those problems. Issues with trying to get along with friends. Issues with trying to navigate everything coming at you at once. Issues with things going on in your head that you don't even know where that came from. Issues with people looking at you and saying, despising you because of your youth. There's issues. And those things we are going to experience in this realm on this planet called Earth, because this is not our home. We've come here to perfect our spirits. We've come here to find something to rub up against, so we can figure out how to flex our spiritual muscles. So we can become more like the Most High. connection of spirit is why we're here. Not to acquire all the houses and the cars and the money and the bling and the shiny things. In the passage that I was reading to you, the king had brought the dissenters on the board of the ship because they made a farce out of his performance. So he wanted to repay them. And so when they came on the ship, they were promised entertainment and food. And they were looking at these shiny things that people call the bracelets. Those bracelets were shackles. So the shiny things that we're looking at coming from the oppressors are not beautiful things. They're shackles in their reality. The shackles of wanting so much. The shackles and desires of wanting their things, their shiny things, their big things, their grand things. They can show you all these things and your mind is focused towards that. You can't see the truth until you're all the way in it. Just like in the story. So I'm going to close with this. When you encounter a problem, when you encounter issues with your family, with the community, with the outside entity, meditate on Maat. Look through the lens of the Nguzo Saba. Listen to learn. Don't listen to say, okay, mom, okay, dad, okay, this person, okay, that person, okay, auntie. Listen to learn. Now, not everything everybody says is going to be grandiose and everything is going to get us out so that we are under the rainbow skies. However, we can listen and internalize what is said and mull it over in our minds and put it through the filter of Maat so that we can find out the right thing to do. Internalize the Nguzo Saba. Work with your community in that way. I always say that Nguzo Saba is our outward work, what we do with the community, how we engage with the community. Because those things were looked at in African nations. And they said, this is what communally I am looking at. I'm looking at unity. I'm looking at thought processes of self-determination and cooperative economics and collective work and responsibility. That's what I'm looking at. And that was put together. So when we're working with our community, that's what we should do with our minds and our hands. The 10 virtues is for our inward work. Those works of making sure that we are cultivating the ability to see the real from the unreal.
Great.
That we are cultivating the ability to see right from wrong inwardly. That we are having devotion of purpose. That we are having control of our thoughts and our actions. That we are living free from resentment. That's a difficult one. Living free from resentment. Understand that other people are here to do what they're here to do, and we are here what we are here to do. So we want to work in positivity and show love for each other and our people. And we want to work diligently in making sure our communities are more beautiful and beneficial than when we got here. That is our way. That is our job.
Our philosophy.
That is our philosophy. And remember, that's where we win. When we work within what our realm is. When we work in the spirit realm, because that's all. We win. Every time. That's how we won revolutions and battles. Working in the correct realm. Working in our realm. So we're going to go back. Where it says the foolish child whom a father or mother has not instructed is like a statue of stone. It is a son's and daughter's advantage and good fortune to receive instruction and to ask for it. But no instruction can succeed if there is resentment for it. Youth who are not corrupted by base desires are not blamed, and those who control their sexual appetite, their names does not send forth an unpleasant odor. Those who are steadfast and thoughtful are chosen among the people, and those who listen to a correction protect themselves from receiving another. Surely the fault in every kind of character lies in not listening. Ashe.
Ashe.
Where is that reading?
This is the book of P4, number 2, page 67. Ashe.
What's the name of the young person you said who had cancer?
His name is Malachi Story.
Thank you.
We always get some good instruction with Minister Alicia.
Yes, yes.
We haven't heard the word Isanusi in a while.
Haven't heard the what?
Isanusi, the teacher in 2000 season.
Oh, okay.
What was that citation?
That was 2000 season, page.
It was in chapter 5.
Yes, chapter 5.
And I just got a note from Zarita saying that her 2000 seasons is more crumbly than Alicia's. And so she needed an exact citation. So I'm going to ask you to, I know among all, hasn't she done a great job today? Just among all the other things, could you, or Zarita, can you reach out to Minister Alicia to get that exact citation?
Ashe, will do, Minister.
And the youth did such a great job. So now we're extending the invitation today. Those of you that want to join officially, and we're having our new members class this Wednesday, so it's a good time to join. And so we're going to extend the invitation to you today. If you are ready to come forward. Come on, I have a million. No, just kidding. No, that's somebody else. If you just vote now. All right. You know, though none have come forward, and a lot of people are already members anyway, but the message was proclaimed in a magnificent way. You know, telling us that the fault in most things is not listening.
Yeah.
Surely the fault is in everything. Surely the fault in everything is not listening. Fault in every character is not listening. Thank you for that message, Minister Alicia. And now, what's next on the schedule? We're going to sing Lift Every Voice and sing. We don't have Mariana to lead us. So you'll have to endure me. All right. Wait a minute, Gloria's here.
I'll sing from the.
You'll sing from the. All right.
Can we form a circle or?
Yeah, let's form our circle. Thank you, Brother Damani. That reminder. Let's be around. Let's make sure that we're around our sister here. And you know what? It stopped raining.
Yes.
For the moment. We had a couple here that drove all the way up from the Bay Area. They were here. For some reason they had to leave, but they came up in the rain, and we're glad that they did.
Thank you.
All right. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high in the listening sky. Let it resound Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. And now to them who is able to lift us up faultlessly before the throne on high, may they empower us to be a people with one aim, one vision, one destiny, one love, one heart, one God. Let us call upon the name of that one God, as our ancestors and elders have done for countless generations, for time immemorial. Let us all say together, Amen. In tune, out of tune, you are the most beautiful people on the face of this earth.